Hello everyone, happy Thursday. So today's video is a part 2 to last week's video, or last video, because I don't even know if it was last week. My days are so mixed up now. So the last video was how to do a basic manicure step by step. Today's video is doing the nail color portion, or painting your nails. Polishing your nails is probably the correct term. So this video is using air dry nail polish. You do not need a lamp for this. You just need some nail polish, some base and top coat, some spray to spray it on after, and patience. So when it comes to polishing your nails with regular polish, you do have to work quickly. You still want to do thin layers because if it's too bulky, it takes too long to dry. And one of the things with doing regular nail polish is that you have to wait in between each coat. So when you're using the lamp and using gel, you know, it's just a continuous flow. With this one, you do have to have a little bit of patience and just wait. I think they do have like little nail fans on Amazon, not the ones that you probably see on the salon where like clips onto the desk. I would say maybe you can go to like a nail supply store and get that. I don't know. I don't know. But like Amazon you can find anything. You probably can go on Shein and find that, because Shein is like Amazon, but just Shein takes longer. You can find any and everything on Shein. So all the polish that I'm using today is Beetles, except for one of them is LA Colors. Before I started using gel, believe it or not, I did start off with regular nail polish. I would use Sally Hansen a lot, and I would get that from CVS. This was back when I lived in New York, and I used to work overnight. So when I first started my nail journey, I was working overnight as a security guard, and I would be trying to practice acrylic. I would have regular air dry spray, and there was like windows, but you couldn't open them. So I used to be trying to have a fan on, trying to ventilate the area. I know they were probably irritated with me because whoever was coming in the next morning, they just probably smelled it. Oh, it smells like a nail salon. So yeah, I would use Sally Hansen a lot, and then the Essie top coat. Don't know what it is about the Essie top coat, but I would say, in my opinion, hands down, that is the best. I use the Essie gel couture top coat. I believe that was maybe like $9 to $10. Next after that is Olive and June. They have a fast dry glossy top coat. They're about $10 also. I never used the OPI top coat when I worked in the salon. The only time I used the OPI top coat was when I was in the salon. We had the gel. I hated the gel top coat, but that's neither here nor there because this is no gel. But in the salon, I think the brand is Pro Nail. The base coat, it was like a blue tint. So when clients would come in for, their regular basic manicures and they wanted regular nail polish, most of the time they would pick like sheer light nudish colors, and the base coat was so annoying. So I had to bring in my own base coat, and I would use LA Colors, which you can find at Walmart. I think the base top coat is like 98 cents or sometimes $1.98. So if you're just starting out, with regular polish, I would say start off with LA Colors. They're not bad. Start off with Sally Hansen. Go to your Dollar Tree. I have used the top coat from Dollar Tree. No complaints from my clients. I don't really use nail polish on my hands, but I do my pedicures with nail polish now. I still have, they're chipping now, but I had my last pedicure was a month ago from when I went to Italy. So maybe around week 3, that's when it finally started chipping. But when it comes to my pedicures, I use regular nail polish. They last better because, the feet aren't getting used as much as the hands. So yeah, you can find affordable nail polish. Go on Amazon. I do currently, in my cart right now, I have an OPI set of 4. OPI is more of your pricey. You're gonna spend maybe $12 to $14 for a nail polish, and that depends on where you go. I think when you go to Ulta, it might be like $11 and change, because I did have to buy OPI color for one of my clients from Ulta because I just needed it right then and there. I also saw on Amazon recently that they have a set of 4 So it's 4 colors, and then it's like $19.99. I know it's pricey, but you want to make sure you use, quality brand products. But it's okay to crawl before you walk and start with the basics and start with more affordable. LA Colors, when you go to Walmart, they always have a bunch. I never really bought polish from Target, so I don't really know what the price point is from Target. I just know like CVS, they upcharge a little bit. Walmart is going to be on the cheaper side. Dollar Tree does carry OPI. I guess it depends on where you're at. I remember seeing it on TikTok a bunch of times, and then I went into Dollar Tree like maybe a few months ago, and I was like, oh wow, they do sell OPI. They didn't have a variety of colors. They had a few colors, but anytime you go on Dollar Tree, you could just pick up a different color. I'm not sure how much they're selling it for, because Dollar Tree is now $1.25. Since it's OPI, they might be selling it for maybe $4 to $5. I don't know. But I would say when doing regular polish on your nails, make sure you're getting a quick dry top coat. Olive and June has a glossy one. LA Colors, they have a glossy quick dry. Essie, I'm not sure how fast it is, but yeah, just as long as you're doing like thin coats too, because that's another thing, you want to move fast because you're not putting this in a lamp. This is all air dry. You want to move fast, but you want to make sure that they're thin layers, especially when you get down to that last coat, your top coat. Make sure that layer is really dry, because what will happen is it will smear in the polish. Like if you're using a red, which has happened to me, the red will get onto the brush. You put the brush in the top coat bottle, and then you'll see it tint. So that's what you don't want, because then when you go to use it again and a person has a sheer color, and then now they got a red tint, and nobody wants that. So, and that's what recently happened. I went to do my daughter's nails. She had white toes, and it would like her pinkies had a red tint to it. So I decided to throw it away completely. So yeah. Oh gosh, I went blank. So yeah, so some of the brands that I used or have used and I felt were decent. Sally Hansen for sure. You can get that from Walmart. I really love their cuticle oil. When I was in the salon and clients would say, what can I do for cuticle oil? I always say Sally Hansen hands down is the best, because they have the vitamin E in it, and they also have aloe in it, which is really, good for the skin. Essie Colors. Essie, I think, is maybe like $8 to $9 a bottle, also depending on what colors you get. Sally Hansen is maybe $5 to $7 depending on the color. So that's more affordable. LA Colors, of course, is the most affordable, because 98 cents to maybe $1.98 if you go to Walmart. I'm not sure what their price point is on Amazon. Olive and June is like $9 to $10 a bottle. I know their top coat was like almost $10. Of course, OPI, but I don't know about their top coat and base coat, because we didn't have that in the salon. We had Pro Nail, and I think I used Pro Nail in school too, but the base coat was milky. Like Pro Nail has this weird base coat situation going on. They had a milky white base, and then a blue tint base. Nobody wants that. The only thing with their top coat was that their top coats are really good. So I'm not sure if you can get that on Amazon, or for my nail girlies, maybe go to the nail supply store and ask for them. The only thing was that after time, the bottle would get warped with all the gel, and it would be really hard to open. But I did like their super glossy top coat. It was kind of like a copperish color situation going on. But yeah, so like I said, you can pretty much get nail polish from anywhere. You just have to shop around for your price point and just have a lot of patience. I know my nail spray, I use Onyx. It's the coconut scent. I don't know if they have any other scents, but when I do use it on clients, I always ask ahead of time, or right before, I'm like, hey, do you have an allergy to coconut? Because some people have, tree nut allergies. And the last thing you want to do is have a nice set and then it doesn't work out. I think another thing that you can try too with regular polish that my coworker did was use a primer. I didn't try it. I should have tried it on Saturday, but I didn't because I knew that I was going to have to do my nails all over again. So I just wanted to test the waters out because with regular polish, it's easy to get off. You just get a cotton round with some alcohol, swipe it off, and you're good. You don't have to drill. You don't have to file. You don't have to sit with your hands, not being in use for 15 minutes. So, yeah, I did these Saturday. By Monday, Tuesday, they were looking busted and crusted. So that was like my trial and error. But, yeah, try a primer. She would use 1 coat of primer. And on her clients, I never had any complaints with clients complaining about, me using regular polish. I would say one time when I was doing like mobile nail services, I had one client complain that it was taking too long to dry. And I used Essie Couture on her, the Essie Couture gel top coat. I'm like, it's regular nail polish. It always takes long to dry. That was like the only complaint that I got in life when it came to me doing nails. Other than that, nobody has complained, and the clients that I have encountered, they are very vocal, so I know they would have said something. Because when I used that blue tint base coat, they were like, yeah, this is not gonna work, take this off, let's try it again. So yeah, this is about it for this video. I hope I helped somebody. As always, be good to you, be good to others, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully that will be out next week, so stay tuned. Bye.